Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another Casa game. We're in the fifth game between Robots and Dennis. The score now between these two players, again, 2-2. I just need to quickly check that it is. Yeah, 2-2. Dennis winning the last game as the Indians. Good game there. Nice hold on Pampas Sierras. Now we're onto the Ivory Coast. Robot playing as the Ottoman Empire, spawns the Eastern map in the colour purple. Dennis is playing as the French in the colour red. This colour combo is going to make my eyes melt a little bit, but it's not too bad. Both players started with a TP. But it's interesting though, both players are starting with a TP in the middle of the map. They're not thinking about the longer, safer trade route on the water with a longer TP line. Maybe both players have ideas and intentions of trying to capture the trading line in center, holding at H2. Maybe going for the stagecoach, but kind of surprised by that. I'm actually really surprised. Maybe it's Dennis here is taking middle map TP to try and block Osman potentially going mid map. Jan, Abus, stagecoach, Silk Road build order, but I don't think Robot likes to play that way. I honestly think that Robot here will try his best to go for a standard FF. He does have 10 cards in H2, but I don't really see him sending 7 ASAPs here in this matchup. In the third age does have the Jans, Nizam Fusiliers, Spies, no Mamelukes, but does have siege combats. That's the Abus gun, artillery troopers, and artillery as well. So that's a nice little upgrade there. No Spahis is interesting, but then no Mamluks is interesting. But then again, Spahis are just great at the moment, and Mamluks you kind of need to send 1,000 gold to try and time that mercenary play. Also, we do have advanced church, but no cheaper church tech due to tournament rules. That card has been banned. But we also see that Robot's gone for 1 trading post, 1 mosque, and a house, 3 villagers instead of the Karim build of mosque, trading post, capitalism. Do not chop for a house. Age up a little bit faster, with maybe a little bit eco, more eco, less eco. Doesn't really matter at that point. Robot's seeing 75 XP treasure, gonna maybe work on that. Let's see what else he's seen. Has he seen that gold one? Yeah, he's seen 85 gold. That's probably where he wants to go next. He's scouting behind his base. Looking for the elephants. Knows that there's some elephants on this map. Does anybody else remember when the elephant herds used to spawn in like herds of like 10 elephants, and you just had all your units stuck in between the elephants? Absolutely annoying on this map. They've changed it down, but even still, 5 elephants per hunt or per herd is mental amount of food. So generous. 5,000 food. That's essentially a herd of 10 bisons is how you can look at it. Thanks for the raid there, Hazza. Hope your treaty stream has gone down well. We're currently in the ECL 2 finals between the Guardian and Semi-FF. Top players here, Robot, Dennis. 2 apiece after the moment. They're into game 5. Elephants still spawning herds of 10 plus, if you will. Intervention to the unknown. Great comment there. Yes, the amount of times I have played unknown longer games with some very interesting amounts of elephant hunts. Some unfortunate herding there from Dennis here. Quite these Age of 1 gazelles getting out in the open. Quite hard to get that one back. And where did those 2 CDBs come from? Where did they go? They were on this side. They were miles from the town centre. Was that a miss rally? Native scout moving forward. Explorer moving forward. Does see 2 forward villagers, but they may be on herding duties. Oh my god, look at the elephants. Count them up. There's like 15 here. Maybe 14, I don't know. Forward barracks here from Robot. 700 wood into 700 gold. We are not seeing the FF from Robot. We are seeing some build adaptation. The natives here are Jesuits. There's 2 on the south, and Akans on the north, 2 on the top, and maybe actually go native Akans. Not a bad shout here for French if they wanted a stronger musketeer. No population cost. There's no reason to not actually go for the Akan and Cobias. Decent build limit, I think, of around about 13-ish, maybe 18, a little bit more. So there's potential. Obviously, the Akan text we all are familiar with. Very, very strong. All of them are really good. Gold, strong food on the berry bushes are 30%. All food to 50% wood and 50% coin is interesting if you want to like pivot into falconets later on. So it gives you options. The robot here, the wood has come in. He's got one train post, looking to take another one, surely. Maybe thinking of getting stagecoach, but he hasn't quite committed to the stagecoach idea just about. Crossbow defense here from Dennis. That's 10, so he hasn't shipped them. He's actually made them, it looks like. Yeah, he's gone double racks defense bow pike, which is kind of has that feeling of like level 1 of the campaign. Having the Malta defense versus the Janissaries, the Spies, and the Great Bombards. 2 Jans do go down. Just getting pushed back at the moment. Artillery Foundry does come out, so we're looking for like a Jan Abus composition. Might need to call Bashi Bozoks here from the town centre to try and hold this crossbow push. Couple of deadies from the 3 Huss shipment would be very nice, and they're on the way as we speak. So Robot is aware that he needs some sort of cavalry to kind of regain middle map control with his crossbows out in the field. Couple of loose crossbows might get picked up. There's some pikes, but it's only batches of 3. And at the moment, Dennis is at risk of getting completely cleaned up because there's 5 Abus popping out as well. And those room knots, they do move very fast. 6.8, they're getting straight onto the battlefield. French Explorer back up with very low HP, very low HP. And yeah, this is not looking good. A little bit of micro onto the pikeman. And it could be, oh, there's defensive 3 Huss as well. Shit. This is going to be a close fight. Abus guns working on the pikeman. All the pikes gone down. Roomnot's going to try and focus down the Huss as well, but I think the Huss got just a little bit too much HP there. Crossbows, again, trying to work on. I think the French will win the cav fight, and that could just about soak up enough damage for the crossbows to work on the Janissaries. Minutemen have been called, but now the Abus guns are kind of uncontested in this kind of light infantry war here. Minutemen are back in. You don't need to back, I think. I mean, you need to try and make as much exchange of them as possible. They will drop down to 1 HP. I mean, they are useful just backfilling an army of random shots. High strength. Stable coming down behind this. Dennis still in the score lead, but it does feel very even. 18 villagers here for Robot. Dennis is on 23. Battery crossbows being trained. Now sending in 700 gold. Might be a transition here onto Musketeers. He kind of needs the gold here for the Hussar production. I don't know if he's going to still keep chopping on the wood. I don't think he's thinking of trying to survive in H2. We've also got to consider that the next hunt here from Robot from Dennis has gone for a trip down to the beach. They are very far away. Probably the next safe hunt is actually in front of his base. Get the CDBs forward, get the blunderbuss and greatcoats researched, and get them in the fight. Abus guys don't do a lot of damage versus villagers as well, so actually not a bad shout there to get them in the action if they have to. I know he's not feeling it, but he's only got about 2,000 food remaining in base. Which does sound a lot, but goes very, very quickly. No berries as well. There's a hunt of gazelles top. You just see, like, just naturally how, like, this hunt stayed nearby. Maybe because one of the elephants had died, and these elephants are just gone. They're just gone somewhere else. Different world completely. Mass is starting to grow, but look at this Jan Abus play here from Otto. So many kills here for free because the outrange and crossbow H2. I know that Malta like to go crossbow pike quite often, but it just feels awkward in places because you really cannot deal with this. And 5 crossbows being picked up for free. That's 400 resources worth of military units just gone down the toilet at this point. Dennis is okay. He can maybe get another house down and try and go for batch of 3 crossbows, but he's kind of cancelled the crossbows at this point. He's getting the houses. He doesn't actually know what he wants to make. There's a Huss on the top. Maybe he's saving the food for another Hussar production. Looking for a timing from the shipment and the 8 crossbows. Minutemen have already been called. It might be go time. Hussars on the backside. Hussars from the stable as well. But the Jans are meeting Huss straight away. And yes, we're back. Explorer tanking quite a bit, and all the Hussars are into more Janissaries behind this. And I think Robot here is looking to be very happy pulling off this Jan Abus gameplay. Minutemen still getting some good damage though. 1 Hussar on top of the Abus guns. Jan's running around. Micro here from Des, quite nice, and Jan's getting picked off. They can't lead the Abus guns too much, and a whole new batch of Abus guns behind. More Hussars being trained here from Dennis behind. Jan's getting picked off quite a bit. Couple of city beats on the action as well. He kind of needs to pull all of them forwards, actually, is what he ideally wants. Still taking the trade with some crossbows, but I think overall the Ottoman strength here should be able to win this exchange. Don't like this. He kind of needs to basically either focus Abe's guns down one at a time or just back. And instead of just backing out, he backs out the game completely. Look at the idle villas in his base. You know, if he pulled the villagers in for that fight, if he dropped in and went for a full Vil pull, I think Dennis could have won that one. Those Jan and Abus, they would have liked to have seen CDBs in the fight with their greatcoats on, the blunderbuss, and maybe sending in a panic wilderness warfare shipment or pioneers if you had it in deck. But nope. Rohbrotand hell is cool. Jan Abus surviving once again. Nice strong build. See, a lot of people moan when we say that Ottoman are at, like, a fundamentally broken civ at the moment. They got so many things riding for them. They have such strong options in H2, H3, H4, auto macro, civ, good access to TPs. It's one of the things that this civ could have played this matchup many ways, and it would be so strong. And the classic Jan Abus H2 play, claiming yet another victim. Surprised we didn't actually see a staple get added onto the mix for like a 3-unit composition in the third age, but enough Abus gun reinforcements were enough to pick through the crossbows. Maybe Daz could have gone for the Acanacobias or the Jace missions. Obviously, Conquistors at the moment incredibly strong with their splash damage. Something to think about, maybe. Conk Hussar combination could have done quite strong, or Conk crossbow. But what to think about that? Leave it for another time, because we're moving on to game number 6. Dennis tapping out a Rohbrotand, getting the victory here. So he leads the series 3-2. I'll see you guys in the next one.